Hello everybody, I have got this multi-tool pocket knife from AliExpress, which is very similar to a Victorinox. This is the box it came with, so let's have a look inside the box. It's a carton box, nothing special about it, nothing written on it. It's a blank carton box, so let's put that to the side. Now the knife itself, it has this keyring here, which I have put on. This is not the original keyring. The original keyring looked something like this. This is another Victorinox knife that I had. I just pulled on it and it came just straight off, and it didn't look that sturdy, so I had to replace that immediately. So the weight on this knife is pretty considerable. It's heavier than this one, maybe because it has more stuff on it. And yeah, I will not give you an exact weight of this because I didn't bring my wear here. So let's have a look at the knife. It looks good. It doesn't give you that impression that it's like very, very cheap. I mean, it's all right. Here we have some plastic that's not been filed off properly. This is the first thing I saw when I got the knife. I got it yesterday. Here we have on this end we have a pair of tweezers. Kind of small, flimsy tweezer, if you ask me. But yeah, you can get something done with it. I don't know what like minute detail you want to like pluck, maybe your eyebrows or whatever. This is the toothpick, which is it's all right. Not huge or anything, but you get the job done. You take something from between your teeth out, okay. Pretty straightforward. What I don't like about this is the fact that they're very, very sensible. So look how easily I can pull it out. Maybe you cannot see it, but I reckon in my pocket, when I do stuff like that, when it just rubs off of things, you can get it out, you know, like something like this, which is not that nice. Because here on the other Victorinox knife, this stuff really have to put your nail in there and just pull it out, because it's not that easy to, you know, pull. Okay, let's have a look at the tools we've got on this. So we have this corkscrew, then we have this kind of like sewing needle. This is one thing I don't really like about this knife. If we look to the same counterpart from Victorinox, from the original Victorinox, if we take this out, the difference here, okay, this also has a needle hole, but this is sharpened. This is sharpened. This is not sharpened on either edge. So for example, I use this to drill a hole in my belt. So I put this inside and like twisted it, and I made a hole in my belt and I could use it. I think this will work too, but I think it's going to be a little bit more laborious, a more tedious job. Now the next one, let's see here. This is a file. I think this is kind of alright, not that good for nails. Kind of rubs off from nails a little bit, but that's the file. This last thing, maybe you can tell me in the comment section. Oh, the file is not sharpened in any way, just here you have these striations, these canals here, or whatever, these little gaps with which you can file, but that's it. There's nothing here. You have like this this little hole or whatever, like a gap here. Not sure for what that is either, so let's put that back and take out this, which is, I have no idea, maybe this is the same thing as for the sewing thing. This is not sharpened in any way, this is blunt as it can be. So maybe you can tell me in the comment section where you might use this or what this is used for, because I don't know at the moment. This is a screwdriver, a cross screwdriver, which is pretty nice. This is one of the things that I liked about this knife, because for Victorinox you can either get the corkscrew or the screwdriver, but this has both, so it's kind of nice. I mean, I wanted to see like if it's wobbly or something. It has a little bit wobble to it, you know. Let's put it down. It has a little bit of wobble, but nothing exaggerated. And this has a little bit less wobble. But after some time, we'll see how this knife holds up. So this is a major plus in front of the Victorinox, because with Victorinox you can only have this on the knife. I think they have a knife which also has the the cross screwdriver and the corkscrew, but the Victorinox pocket knife is like this thick, so it doesn't it doesn't like suit me that well. So let's move on. On the other side we have can opener, which, you know, it looks sharp. It's like sharpened that way on one side, but here it seems like it's still blunt. I haven't opened anything with this yet, so let's look at the Victorinox version. Oh, okay. I mean, you can see this kind of has some kind of sharpness to it, but the Victorinox one, I can cut myself with this one. So this is definitely more sharp, so sharper. And I think I've opened 2 or 3 cans with this one, and it holds up pretty well, and you can sharpen it. Okay, moving on to this bottle opener. Yay! This is nice. You can also use this as a flathead screwdriver and a bottle cap opener. All right, very nice, very nice. And for the Victorinox you can use this can opener also as a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, a thin one, but you can also use the bottle can opener here with a bigger flathead screwdriver. In this case here you cannot use this because this is kind of sharp, so if we put them side by side, this is sharp and you cannot use it as a flathead screwdriver. And this has like a middle length. It's bigger than this one and smaller than this one, I guess. Yeah. Oh, another thing is this small gap here. I forgot for what this is, but this other AliExpress knife does not have it. So as you can see, I was fooling around, and this tweezer, this pair of tweezers already came out, so I have to push it back in. I wonder how much time I can have this knife with the tweezers still on it. Oh, and by the way, you can also take the tweezers and put from Victorinox and put them inside here, and they will actually have a better fit than the actual AliExpress knife. So the tweezers side by side. The big ones are the ones from the Victorinox, and the smaller ones are from the AliExpress pocket knife multi-tool. And we can actually put them here, and it has a better fit and it doesn't come out that easily. You can also put a toothpick there. I think the sides are switched, and I think Yeah, okay, the tweezers won't come out here because this poor knife had a very tough life. Okay, the tweezers have been ripped off. Not now, but I think yesterday. And you can put the tweezers in and they have a perfect fit, and you can switch. Take the sorry, that was a toothpick. You can put the toothpick here, take the other toothpick and put the tweezers from the Victorinox on the other side, and you have a better fit. I mean, they don't oh, it actually came out. I think they fit better than the original ones. Okay, but let's put the stuff back in so we don't get confused here. So tweezers go up here. Or not? Tweezers go here? I got lost. Let's see how these go. Okay, they went here. And the toothpick goes here. Okay, we are in original state. Let's put this back to the Victorinox. Let's continue. On the other side, we have the bottle cap opener and the can opener. Now, what I like most about this is it has this pair of scissors. I mean, let's put this can opener back in. Okay, this pair of scissors, nice. Yeah, they are good. They are tensioned. One thing I don't like about them, they have a little bit of wobble, so that means they might not cut that nicely. But you know, you can cut stuff with them. So paper, you can go ahead and, I don't know, cut a circle or whatever you want to cut. I think you have to be a little bit delicate and use this kind of movement. You can do some stuff with it. So they have a little bit wobble to them. If you push it too much, you can actually get past this tension point, and if you press the scissors, you cannot bring them up anymore because they're not tensioned. So this kind of, if you go over the mechanism, it won't be tensioned back. Or if you push too much, I think this will jump out of place. So if you press too hard, this spring kind of thing goes near this and it doesn't push it back anymore. So you have to be a little bit gentle, take your time, not push very hard. This is a flimsy scissor, but I like it. It gets the job done. In the future, if I see, so you can see how much of a wobble this has. I mean, it's not extreme, but it's enough to to, you know, make you wonder, is this all right or is it not cutting? So in the future, if this stops cutting altogether, like not be efficient at all, I think I will get a hammer, put this here like this on the ground and hit it here very gently so that it stops wobbling. Okay, it's 12 o'clock and let's see what else we've got here. Okay, this I pulled out. Okay, let's put the scissors back. Very careful. Okay, now we got the knife, which is pretty sharp. I think it's on the same level as the Victorinox. It doesn't shave off my hair of the hand, you know, but it's pretty good for this type of knife. This doesn't do that either, so that's the Victorinox knife is also not that sharp, but this is pretty good. Maybe a thing to complain, the sharpness of the tip, like the compared to the Victorinox. Okay, they are kind of the same. I kind of had an impression that this was a little bit more like a needle, but they kind of look like the same, to be honest. This is the blade. Yeah, this is a nice blade. I mean, it cuts. I won't do a cut test because it's not that sharp, and it kind of defeats the purpose. This is not that sharp either, so it won't cut like you know, you want to do some nice cuts. So if I push the knife, I really have to go like this to cut on the paper. You see I'm struggling, and the Victorinox will also struggle with that. So it's not what this knife is for, to have professional cutting or whatever. The next one is the saw, pocket wood saw. This is nice. I like this. This knife doesn't have it, and yeah, it's a nice thing to have. Maybe you have some small wood pieces that you want to cut. And the last thing on this knife is the fish skin remover. I forgot the word in English for that fish skin. So you can do this to the fish and like skin it, and that's it. So this was the AliExpress Victorinox knife. Let's pull everything out. Try to pull everything out. I mean, the movement is okay. It's not that you have the feeling that you have a very cheap knife. It's kind of alright, to be honest. It's not something you'd say, oh, I paid money and I got ripped off. You know, it's something nice. So let's take out all the features, make here a nice presentation for you. I don't think I can pull everything out and have everything visible at the same time, but we'll try. Try not to rip my finger. Okay. So this is it. The first thing, if you buy this, you have to replace this keyring. So put another keyring on it. It's a pretty good knife. Has ton of options, and yeah. If you don't have the money for a Victorinox and you want to experiment, as I did, with some kind of tool like this, as I told you, the Victorinox looks something like this. Let's put this out apart as well to give you an idea. This also has a mini knife here, a smaller knife. So maybe like do some kind of minute woodwork or something like that. And on this side we have this driller. This is very hard to pull out, but once you pull it, whoa, yeah, once you pull it you will be happy. Trying not to rip my fingers apart here. So this is the Victorinox knife that I have. I think I paid 20 euros or something like that for this one. It has the corkscrew. So this is like five years old or something like that. This part came off. This plastic part came off. It's been glued back on. And yeah, it's dirty. I cleaned it at some point, got dirty again. But this is a daily carry for me, so I have it every day. I have it every day on my keychain, and now this is the replacement. So I think this is a good investigation. I mean, I'm not sorry for paying. How much was it? Like 10-15 euros for this one. It's very sturdy. The only downside is this thing here coming off, and bad keyring. And the fact that this driller, so this needle head is not sharpened, but it's a good knife. It's a good knife. I give it like a 6 out of 10, 6 or a 7. It can have some improvements, but given the investigation and the price, you know, it's worth it, I think. And this is the Victorinox. After 5 or 7 years, something like that, I think 7 years daily carry, the plastic came off, but it was a good knife. Used it for a lot of things, but I always felt that it was missing the stuff that this one has, the the cross screwdriver and the saw, the scissors. We'll see how long they last. But look at this wobble here on the scissors. I'm just touching it, yeah. I mean, I don't like wobbly scissors. Maybe in the future, after using it for some time, and seeing that it doesn't work, I'll hit it with the hammer one time or a few times. Okay, that was the video. I hope I wasn't too boring for you, and this was the review. This was my Victorinox knife. Let's put the tweezers back in. Oh no, on the other side. The toothpick, which has been ripped off. The other part is inside there. Such an old and trusty knife, this Victorinox. Okay, it's inside. And this was the AliExpress pocket knife multi-tool. If you're like me and want the corkscrew and the cross head screwdriver and a saw and a scissor, I mean, go for this knife, man. I mean, it's for the money, you get something, you know. It's not the best and also not the cheapest, but it's something you can use a few times. And if you feel like after using it, you feel like, oh, it got broken, or whoa, it got broken, or it doesn't perform that well, you can get the Victorinox Huntsman. Pay a little bit more cash, like I think it's 30 euros or $30, even cheaper in America or whatever. So yeah, this was the video. I wish you a very nice day, and see you soon. Maybe I'll review something else that I got from AliExpress. Have a nice day. Goodbye.